What was supposed to be a nice 4th of July weekend turned into disaster and devastation for Central Texas. My name is Trenton and I run this YouTube channel as a hobby, mainly focusing on tropical systems and hurricanes impacting and posing threats to the state of Florida. But the deadly floods that occurred along the Guadalupe River in Texas prompted me to create a video to share with you guys, explaining more about how this tragedy actually happened. And in this video, I'll be bringing you along a timeline leading up to the floods on July 4th, 2025. But before we move forward, as a disclaimer, I am an amateur at covering weather events such as this one, so take my information at your own risks. Another thing is I apologize for my voice in this video. I'm very tired while I'm recording this, so apologies for my mellow tone. Our story starts on June 27th, 2025. A broad area of low pressure forms over the Yucatan Peninsula, moving west to northwest headed into the southern parts of the Gulf. A day later, on June 28th to 29th, Tropical Storm Barry was formed, slow moving and being prevented from growing in intensity due to high 30-mile-per-hour wind shear over the Gulf. Later on June 29th, the weak tropical storm Barry made landfall in Mexico, south of Tampico, quickly weakening to a tropical depression. Due to the excessive rainfall from Barry, Mexico experienced some devastating flooding, claiming the lives of 5. As Barry moved inland into the north, the storm continued to dissipate and became tropical remnants over the northeastern mountains of Mexico. And on June 30th, remnant moisture from Barry officially made its way into the U.S. from northern Mexico. This tropical moisture is said to have moved along the Sierra Madre Mountains into South Texas. Over the next 2 to 3 days, Barry's tropical moisture would merge with an East Pacific tropical moisture as it continued to move deeper into Texas. To give a very simplified explanation of what happens when these two areas of moisture merge together, it creates a very unsteady atmosphere and a favorable environment for large storms to form and to drop excessive amount of rainfall. And that is exactly what happened here. Alright, so we're going to switch over to Radar Omega. This is a radar archive of the precipitation during or right before the floods on July 4th. During the overnight and very early morning hours of July 4th, a large area of storms quickly formed over Texas. A rough estimate of the size of these storms, I would probably say about from San Antonio to San Angelo, Texas. Areas inside of this storm were beginning to drop excessive amounts of rainfall. To get an idea of where some of this rain was falling, if we watch the radar loop on screen, you can see a town called Kerrville. Apologies if I'm butchering that name. But that town was directly on the Guadalupe and took a direct hit from these floods. Now, what we're looking at now is the measured rainfall from these storms. Notable spots of excessive rainfall include southeast of San Angelo, near Menard and Brady, Texas. 15 plus inches of rain were reported to have fallen according to the radar. Some of the water from these areas would feed into the Guadalupe River. Our main area of excessive rainfall that fed into the river fell just north of Kerrville. According to radar, 13 plus inches rain fell within a very short amount of time. These areas of excessive rainfall and help from all the heavy rain in between, the Guadalupe River began flooding around 3 a.m. on July 4th, 2025. The river rose to its peak of 26 feet high. Now, this was a post by the New York Times that kind of shows you the bigger picture of the flooding. All the blue are areas that experienced flooding. A lot of bigger towns were affected. These unstoppable floodwaters ripped down the Guadalupe, raging through the towns of Hunt, Ingram, Kerrville, Center Point, and Comfort. Camp Mystic, a girls-only summer camp, also took a direct hit. Houses, roads, cars, buildings, and basically anything along the Guadalupe River was swept away and or destroyed. Images of the destruction are floating around the internet, of cars piled and totaled, houses completely slabbed, and lives changed. The search and rescue operations are still underway in Texas. Coast Guard and other teams are using aerial equipment to help locate the missing, alongside hundreds of search and rescue crews on the ground working. And again, the death toll as of recording this is around 95 and still rising.